Why, hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I am here on this Thursday. And boy, is it a thirsty Thursday. I am here with tonight's edition of 90 Day Oy Vey. Greg claps back, I guess the way Greg can. And Mike Berk, you are not the father. And let's hop right into this. So, first of all, I want to say hello to everyone in the live comments. Hi, Deirdre. Hi, Menopausal Queen, my trusty moderator. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Joan. And I saw somebody else in here, and of course, it disappeared. Hi, Joslo. If I'm missing you, I am so. Hi, Natalie. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I was having a little technical difficulty trying to get to you guys, but I'm here. Hi, Meme of Three. Hi, Gulf Coast Girl. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Felonious. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. So let's start off with Stevie on this Thirsty Thursday. So first of all, um, somebody asked Stevie if she has any dating advice, and she said, "Dating? I didn't date. I traveled. So unless your passport's ready and your dad is cool with surprises, maybe don't follow my lead." Hey, that actually sounds like a good idea. So then someone else asked her, "Do you have anyone caring for you? I hope you get better," because she was under the weather. And she said, "LOL, thanks, I'll survive." Someone else said, "How's your relationship with Maddie going? He seems like such a nice guy." So she says, "I think we left off with TBD. I will always agree that he's a nice guy. See you Sunday." Have you introduced Matt Heat to fishing yet? He is a full on city boy. If this works out, we should start him with noodling or frogging. Honestly, this has reality TV gold written all over it. Why didn't we think of this sooner? Oh yeah, taking him fishing, that is reality TV gold. Just saying. So now moving on. Um, this is where I'm like, are you giving us a hint without giving us a hint? So someone asked, "Do you still live in Hattiesburg/Petal?" And she says the Berg will always be home. Stay tuned. Maybe you'll see some life updates soon. Interesting. Then, of course, I don't know how people are mistaking Stevie for Jessica and Jessica for Stevie. Is it the blonde hair, white chick thing? I don't know. I think they both look different, but somebody sent Stevie asking her how can she stand the cold winters in Wyoming, and we know that message is actually for Jessica. So, moving on, somebody asked her any wedding venue recommendations, and she says depending on who you're with: an escape room, haunted house if it's in August, backyard barbecue, or courthouse in vacay. So it looks like maybe Stevie has someone leaving her voice messages in her DM, like voice bombing her with voice messages, and it turns out that person finally blocked her. Yeah, I know how annoying it could be to have people commenting and leaving you dumb voice messages, and you're just like, okay, it is not that fucking serious. Maddie showing off the arms, okay? So I think both of them are enjoying the attention that they're getting from the show. And speaking of another couple enjoying the attention for now, while they can, is Jessica and Juan. They're going to be hosting a exclusive hangout. Okay, come hang out with them, drink some tequila. So they're doing like these little type of events all over Wyoming and Colorado. They did a trivia night the other night. If you guys hear the traffic outside, I apologize. It's almost 8 o'clock over here in New York, so I don't know why it sounds like rush hour traffic is coming down my block. But hey, anyway, so yeah, Jessica and Juan using the 90-day train for as long as they can. Happy birthday to Jessica's oldest son. He turned 11, and the little boy is being trained by his dad to be a soccer player. Hey, why not? So, moving on to Mina, Mark, and Maria. Now, first of all, Mina wants everybody to know that Maria does have the proper car seat. Excuse me. In the beginning of the season, okay, people were like ripping into Maria and Mark. I'm sorry, Mina and Mark for not having the proper car seat for Maria. So Mina's like, look, everybody, we have a car seat. So Maria is an adorable, adorable little girl. Let me share what mom Mina shared to her stories. Yeah, Maria could be a little diva, and she is just an adorable little girl.
Why you have your sunglass? Take off your sunglass. Oh my god, she's so funny. Everybody said you need to pay the car seats. She have a car seats is long, long time. What's this, Maria? Take off your sunglass. You're a diva?
Yeah.
You're a diva?
Yes, it's just going on.
Maria, you're amazing.
Amazing.
Yes, you are.
Amazing.
You diva?
She's a diva, guys. She's a
Vous avez, vous avez votre musicienne, non?
So that is a good question I see here in the comments about Maria being able to understand French as well. And from what I understand from a previous story that Mina had put up, Maria does understand French, but she understands English more. So I hope that they keep her fluent in both languages as she gets older. So moving on, like I said, Greg kind of clapped back. Okay. So, like I told you guys in my last video, I did a post about the hotel that Greg took Joan to in New York City, posted it to the gram. And there were comments to the post, and Greg hopped in on the comments. So, the, one person said the laziest person ever to appear on the show. So Greg hops into the comments and says, laughing my ass off, these comments. I have no idea where this comes from, but I love it. Also, thank you for the post. Okay, so Greg has no idea where the lazy comments come from, but I guess he hasn't watched himself on the show because the edit really comes off as Greg being a lazy mama's boy who would keep living with his mom and not get a real job if he didn't have to. And the only reason why he is getting a real job is because Joan threatened to leave him if he didn't. That's the edit that he's getting. So if he doesn't understand why people automatically think he's a lazy, unemployed mama's boy, I really don't know what to tell him. But that's what it looks like on TV. And as I spoke about in my last video, I had hit him up to buy some bread, and he sent me a message apologizing for taking so long to get back to me, saying that he was overwhelmed. Hey, that's cool. So if I ever do hook up with Greg to get some bread from him, I will let you guys know definitely. So now moving on, we have the throuple couple. Okay, so Ammani and Matt are now in Colombia. Oh, yes, they are. Let me just share a little bit with you guys of what they're doing in Colombia, but they are in Colombia.
The pains of rhinoplasty, you have to tape to reduce swelling. So I got husband here taping. I've been having a lot of swelling because I've been in the airplane a lot. So here we are.
Okay, so she is twerking and Matt is taping up her nose because of post surgery swelling on her nose job. Okay. Now, remember my last video where I said she was doing this giveaway and she was giving away $300 to 3 followers? Well, she did it. The money has already been sent. She posted the receipts to her Instagram. So good for Ammani for following through on her word. Now, like I said, they're in Colombia, living it up, okay? Twerking and drinking and doing all the things that you do in Colombia, I guess. Now, she wants to clear up some theories. Okay, I'm going to help you eliminate some theories. Brenda is not her stage name. Okay, so I guess we shall see. Is Brenda her middle name? I don't know. Well, we shall see. So, moving on. She did an answer and question session, Ammani, as usual. And someone asked her, does your husband have a job? And she says, his job is me. Are you religious, raised religious? And she said, raised Muslim. Someone asked her, what's your favorite food? And she put up the cat eyes emoji. I've never seen raised Muslim and the cat eye emoji referring to food like in the same Instagram story. Ammani is a contrast. That's all I have to say. Like in one picture, she could be all boss babe professional, and then in the next picture, she's wearing a thong bathing suit, bending over with everything hanging out. So she is a contrast, left and right. So someone asked her, tell us about your tattoo, the one with the two female symbols on it. And she says it means exactly what you think it means. Now, I know on Reddit, people were saying that this particular tattoo um, basically means that you are a lesbian. That is a solidarity symbol with the lesbian community. Now, she had said previously that she had gotten the tattoo in support of the LGBTQA community, but now she's saying that it means exactly what you think it means. You see what I mean when it comes to her? So, moving on, someone asked her, you work in tech and on reality TV and have kids, but you seem to travel quite a bit. How? And that is my question. That is my question. I'm like, how are they able to travel so much when they have littles? And she says, my weakness in life, or maybe my strength, is that I like to do it all. I built a career and businesses where I could be more flexible with my time. And I have an amazing nanny that I trust over the last 4 years. She grew with us and now has her own baby that is with our family. She's family. Okay, I guess that's great. But considering how hysterical she was the first episode when they were leaving to go to Mexico and she was crying hysterically that she was going to miss her kids so much for 3 weeks, they seem like they do travel a hell of a lot. So now finally, okay, someone asked her, uh, why do you believe you need a third person to be happy if you have your husband? And she says, I like pussy and he don't got one. Yeah, she said that. So here they are taking over Colombia. The picture all the way on the left was Ammani before her surgeries. This is Ammani in college, pre-surgeries. And on the right is her and Matt taking over Colombia after she's had a ton of surgeries. Okay, so moving on. Finally, before I went live, she's still going on in her stories. So someone asked her, what are your guilty pleasures vibes? And she says cocktails prevents me from being 100% of my diet and fitness journey. Women, LOL, strippers. So then finally, someone said, "You think you ever leave your husband for a woman if he wanted monogamy? I will always want to be with a woman. It's a package. I was clear to him about it when we got together." Now, you know that she wears the pants in her family. Okay. So basically, it seems like whatever Ammani wants, Ammani's going to get. But I cannot wait until this season is over because we all know that they are not divorcing each other to bring Hani, Ani, Brenda, whatever the fuck her name is, to the States for them to be one blended family. We're watching actors very, very badly act their roles. And honestly, it just kind of reminded me of this scene of Colt in the airport going to see his mama Debbie on 90 Day Diaries. Thirsty AF. Okay? That's what they remind me of. Colt drinking that water in the airport. So now moving on, speaking of thirsty AF, Shekinah, okay, is filming, and not for 90 Day though. She's doing a little filming thing for her job. And then someone asked her, did you move to make room for Sarper? And she says almost immediately after he arrived, "You should have waited to watch the rest of the season before you judged me." And she would be a florist. If she wasn't doing what she was doing right now, she will be designing flower arrangements for a wedding near you, probably. And Shekinah has become the queen of posting cryptic Instagram stories. Remember, I used to say that about TJ, who was with Kimberly. Remember Crazy Kimberly and TJ? TJ used to be the king of posting cryptic Instagram stories. No, now Shekinah is taking over the crown. I think, in my gut, my opinion, this is truly my opinion, that Shekinah is laying down the foundation for future seasons, including Happily Ever After and The Last Resort. So that's just strictly my opinion, though. Let me let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay. So now, while Shekinah, is going on about how like miserable and shit she is, Sarper is waiting for summer and he's doing his boot laugh camp. So Sarper doesn't seem bothered at all, while Shekinah seems too bothered. You know what I mean? Okay. So moving on, we have Aaliyah. Now, Aaliyah posted this picture of her talking to a preteen girl. I think this is her younger sister, saying, "I miss my baby so much. She showed me that she did my lip combo today for a picture for Mother's Day." So now, Mike Berk is not the father. If you're wondering what the fuck I'm babbling about, he is not the father. Okay, there was a picture posted by a 90-day clickbait site, from what I understand, on Facebook, that posted him and his wife Tatiana along with a picture of a little baby and said, "Congratulations, Mike and his wife are new parents." No, they are actually new grandparents. Um, his wife's his wife Tatiana's daughter, the one seen here in the picture in the middle with the light bright green sweatshirt, she is the one that had the baby, not Mike, not Mike and Tatiana. So Mike is not the father, but he is the grandfather. So moving on, David and Nanny. David is making his way back to Thailand after spending some time in Los Angeles, getting some touch-up procedures done, and in Arizona working on business. So he is flying back to Thailand to be with his baby and Annie. Happy birthday to Asuelu and Kalani's son Kennedy. He celebrated his 10th birthday and he got birthday wishes from mom, dad, and mom's boyfriend Dallas. Partner. I'm going to call him her significant other. Mom's significant other Dallas. So this boy is surrounded by love, and that's what I like to see. Now, Alicia, I saw I saw the Instagram story, and I'm actually going to put it in my next video. Asuelu and his buddy were standing outside of an army base, it looked like, and there was a bunch of army dudes there. But I do not believe Asuelu was in the army. I'm actually going to share that clip. I wanted to put it in this video, but honestly, I forgot too much of this stuff. But I'm going to share it next time, and you guys tell me what you think. But no, I do not think he's in the army. So, moving on, we have Kalani and Dallas's adorable little girl Messina at Legoland. Listen, Jazzy better not find out that even the little girl got to go to Legoland and she didn't, because she'll flip the fuck out. So Annie, as in Robert and Annie, did this adorable 6 month happy half year birthday for her son. This adorable cake. I'm going to share this with you from Annie.
People, el year birthday, 6 months birthday cake. 6 months, half a year. Y le hice watermelon cake. It's cute for the summer.
I think that is an adorable idea. Okay. I mean, so that's the watermelon cake for the happy 6 month anniversary. I mean, birthday, happy 6 month birthday. Michael. Michael is living his motherfucking best life. Okay. And he actually has an appearance. And I want to pull this up for you guys. And I know a lot of people are concerned about Angela possibly showing up to this. But let me pull up Michael's Instagram for you guys. And he is doing an appearance in San Diego. And I am so happy for him. All right, so let me share this.
Good news for you guys. I'm coming to San Diego, California on the 23rd of May this month at Afro Panda Entertainment, where we listen to all grades of music. I'm a piano, Afro beats. Come hang out with me till Michael. Let's go, let's go. You know how we do it. Yeah, yeah. To grab your ticket, go to www.afropandaent.com. The show starts 9 p.m. Okay? Don't dull. I'll see you guys there. One love. The body concentrate.
I just realized my mic was muted. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to put the description for Michael's event in the comments. If you're in the San Diego area, on Friday, May 23rd, you want to go hang out with him, I'm going to put the link in the comments. So, moving on, we have Jazzy and Maddie. Now, the reason why she's always making faces, we know, is because mommy's always sticking the camera in her face. Okay. So she's making faces at her mother. Yes, she's saying, Mommy, get the camera out of my face. Can you guys hear me now? My mic was muted at one point, but let me know if you can hear me. Okay. So Maddie's always making faces because mommy always has the camera in her face. And mommy has to show off how she got flowers from Matt. And I guess she's trying to stick it how Gino never got Jazzy flowers. I don't know. But she's always sticking the camera in this poor baby's face. And I'm telling you, the baby is going to be smacking the camera out of her hand by the time she turns 1. So they always have to take advantage and try to poke at Gino. Okay. So first of all, Matt posted to his story, having a child is like God handing you a star from the sky and saying, hey, make sure this keeps shining. It's a big responsibility and challenge, but it's so beautiful. Now, this is another 90-day clickbait site from Facebook. And we all know how they post really crazy stories I'm going to talk about another one in a minute that I saw that really made me burst out laughing. Okay. So they posted this. And of course, Jasmine knows that these are clickbait sites. And she takes this and she posts to her story and she's like, ew, and mind blown and whatever. Yeah. Okay. Sure, Jazzy. Sure, sure, sure. So now I guess she no longer identifies as a Afro Latina mom, but she still tries to identify as a good Catholic. As you guys may or may not know, we got a new pope today, and now she is reaching out to the pope to help all of the immigrants in the states because now she's playing the good Catholic card, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Gino, on the other hand, also seems to take every advantage to poke at her, reposting a picture of Lindsay from the side and Uncle Marco. So kindly share this with me. This is the actual Panamanian hat that Gino wore in Panama on B90. Yes, Uncle Marco has it in his house. He shared a picture of it with me, you guys. So now moving on to other last resort cast. Ari, who looks really pretty in this picture, decided to post some throwback pictures, which I found really, really cool. So here's some throwback pictures of Ari. And then we have Rob, who is anxiously waiting for summer. And Rob says over on Threads, okay, even when you do a lot of work on yourself, there will always be people who refuse to acknowledge it. And they will live to convince people that it's not real. Because if they acknowledge your inner growth, it will require them to respond with inner growth. And if they aren't ready, they will fight tooth and nail to salvage their position as a victim or an ally to those who play victim. My piece is in letting those people go for the sake of the person who deserves that better version of myself. Is he referring to Sophie? I have a feeling he might be. Hashtag message. And speaking of Sophie, she is with her girl Kay, her BFF. And Kay says, beyond proud of us for surviving the roommate era because most friends don't, but we made it look easy. No matter what anyone has tried to say about our friendship, we have remained true to ourselves, and I'm so proud to see the progress you made since the breakup and finally being on your own. Can't wait to see what other accomplishments come your way. I personally will be happy when Sophie is the fuck off my screen. Now, speaking of hanging on to relevancy until the last second, the therapists, all three of them, have been doing these lives every week now that Last Resort is no longer on. Last week they had Rob on. Rob looked like he was falling asleep. This week they had Natalie on with them. And here is Josh with his son Jet, who tragically lost a leg in a car accident last year and has recovered and progressed so wonderfully. And here is a picture of him and his dad. So, moving on, we have Thais and her nose, who has healed very nicely. Thais got a nose job, and she recently, posted a close up selfie of her and Patrick, and her nose looks like it's healing really nicely. Alici is adorable. Okay, little Chef Alici there. And now we're moving on to Cara and Guillermo. Cara all decked out, and Guillermo just having a relaxing weekend. These two are not together. Just saying. So now moving on to Danielle and Johan. Speaking of a couple who wasn't together, they got back together, then they weren't together, and now they're back together. Well, they're back together now. Danielle got an apartment in the DR for the two of them to live in. She has been showing it off on her stories. It is really nice, the apartment itself. Plus, it has all of these cool things in the building, a gym, a yoga studio, meeting places, like all of these cool, things in the building. And Danielle's really, really excited about it. If you're wondering about her relationship, though, Okay, someone asked her, "Are you in the DR full time?" And she says, "Who the fuck knows, honestly? That's where my stuff will be for the next year, but probably not my physical body." So then someone else asked her, "What's the truth about you and your husband?" And she says, "The truth is, he spends a lot of time on his knees, praying for forgiveness for all the things he thinks I don't know. But if he spent an equal amount of time being a husband or caring for me, the way he does a car or his mother, he would have a lot of money and good health. Instead, he has neither, and he thinks this is going to be the solution. Who's going to tell him? God knows he's not listening to him or me." That sounds like a serious situation. Now, guess who her favorite couple is? The throuple couple, of course. Yeah. Okay. Danielle, as much as I do like her, sometimes she does make my head spin. But hey, if she's happy, who the fuck am I to judge, honestly? Okay. So I'm moving on. Veronica is living her best life too. She's another one. She's living her best life. Chloe's off to college and she is enjoying the empty nest syndrome. And her and her boyfriend are enjoying each other, which is all that matters. Veronica's happy. I'm really happy to see Veronica happy. So before I let you guys go, just a couple of miscellaneous updates. Now, when you guys are done watching me, I want you all to go message Kelly wherever you follow him, whether it be on TikTok, Instagram, and wish him a happy birthday. Tomorrow's his birthday. Tomorrow, Friday, May 9th, is Kelly's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday and tell him, don't be so serious. It's your birthday, dude. I'm just busting his balls. He knows it. And we have Hannah with Kenny walking the doggies. And every time we see Hannah, she is just becoming bigger and bigger. She's going to be a grown ass woman before we know it. And we have Manuel, okay, who says, "Today the idol plays with his faith intact." Okay, sounds good. Now, Pedro, speaking of throwback pictures, Pedro put up a throwback picture of him in 2008 along with a current picture of him in 2025, and he wants to know what we think of this sleeve tattoo. My vote is no. So, moving on, speaking of the family Chantel, we have Mama Karen along with Chantel and Bilal handing off his baby to Shida. Sam enjoying his dinner. And did you guys know that Citra's sister is married to Sam's brother? And he is very happy when he comes home from work and sees his wife making his favorite dinner. So, moving on, Emily had a sick child this week. Lots of home projects, but sick children come first. And here's a cute picture of her mom. And then we have the other Jasmine, the original Jasmine, and Anfisa in two very different mirror selfie pics. Then you know what's embarrassing, Paul? Not for nothing. You know what's embarrassing? That both you and Karini still have OnlyFans, still online begging, and all that shit. That's what's embarrassing. Okay. Now, I'm going to say this again. What the fuck is up with Coty drinking water out of that water fountain like a fucking parched camel? I mean, that shit made me laugh so much. Well, Coty was in New York City. I wonder, was he doing the tell all for this new 90-day Hunt for Love show? Are they filming the tell all in New York? Because Rob is also in New York, I noticed. So while Coty is in New York, Amphisa, I'm sorry, not Amphisa, Larissa is showing her ass and telling us that she has some news coming up. So, of course, she has to show us her whole ass to let us know that she has some news coming up. I will let you guys know what the fuck that is as soon as I do. So, anyway, Tiffany will be appearing on this new 90-day Hunt for Love show. And I'm actually looking forward to this Hot Mess Express. Will you guys be watching it? Let me know. Adnan and his receding hairline, Tiger Silly and her stupid book. Happy birthday to Tyree's aunt and younger sister. And we have Nikki with her mom taking over Beverly Hills. Her mom has actually gotten some cosmetic procedures done. So they are out there while she's recovering. And seems like I put a couple of these slides in twice. Sorry, you guys. So Bilal with his son and Amber, who recently gave birth to Luca, said, "Thank you, everyone who has reached out. Me, Dad, and baby Luca are just adjusting to life at home now, just wanting to be in the moment." 90 Day Diaries is currently on, and we're going to see Liz, Clayton and Ammani, and Kim. Okay, everyone is starting to advertise their 90 Day Diary segment. Now, finally, I just want to talk about this just for a minute before I let you guys go. Now, many of you guys may not know who this young man is. He is the videographer, the one that sets up the sets, the one that actually, puts these 90-day bad boy music videos together. I believe his name is Justin. I hope I don't have it wrong. But Justin is like in his late 20s or whatever, and he's the one, that is like the creative behind the scenes. He puts the videos together. He finds, the Airbnbs or wherever they're going to record, okay? And then Josh, Rob, and Jamal just do their lip syncing, and boom, we have a 90-day Bad Boys video. Well, Angela is trying to flirt with this guy through her stories. Angela's like, how old? This dude is in his late 20s. Okay, old enough to be her fucking grandson. Stop it, Angela. Just stop it. Please. It is not cute. It is just fucking cringe. So, speaking of cringe AF, and I told you I was going to talk about 90-day clickbait stories. When I saw this, I spat out my drink and fell over laughing. Now, you guys know that I don't sit here and make fun of other accounts because that's not what I'm all about. But this on Instagram, I nearly fucking died. Okay. First of all, this is such a bad Photoshop picture. And then we have Jamal crying because Kim is in the hospital and they're getting bad news. Yeah. Okay. Just do better. As a fellow content creator, at least do better with the pick. Just saying. So I just want to say, guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap this up very quickly because my husband is calling my name from outside to get in the house. So my dispensary sends me samples, and have a good night. Bye, everyone.